Hey everybody, it's Chris Loud. Today I'm going to share 6 fun and practical uses for an intuitive abstract painting. I'll show you this really fast video where I do a quick warm-up painting, then go over 6 easy things you can do with this one painting. And to give you a hint, every one involves cutting the painting up. So I'm starting off with some water-soluble wax pastels just to make some marks and get painting. And then I'm using Winsor Blue, green gold, vermilion, and titanium white as my color palette. And I'm using that based off of some early sketches in one of my sketchbooks that I really enjoyed the color palette. So I just took those colors and decided we'll just play with those for right now. I'm using a color shaper and a silicone bowl scraper, as well as a brush in this one. And I do use a palette knife to scratch into the surface a little bit, make some marks, and using the color shaper to also make some random marks coming up. I did dry this a couple times to make sure that I wasn't making too much mud when I was doing this, really, I think all in all, I spent about 10 minutes on this warm-up painting. Obviously, I've sped it up quite a bit here. So, really wanted to just do something intuitive and abstract and make marks and not think at all. I was not looking at composition on this one. It was really just having fun putting paint down and making some quick decisions based on what I was seeing. So once I have this done, I'll flip it over again and we'll start talking about some of these uses for this. And obviously, you know, with a painting, you can just keep it as a painting. That's what we tend to do with these. But I also make a lot of warm-up paintings that I think I could do something more with this than just put it in a mat or just put it aside. So I'll show you, you know, a few things that I like to do with these. And I think every one of these I've done at some point with some of my warm-up paintings. So I also used a toothbrush, dipped it in the white and made some drips there. So here we go. So you can see that I've already cut this into 4 pieces. That will come into play a little bit later when I go over one of the, well, actually a couple of the ideas for practical uses. So the first practical use is business cards. So artist business cards, you can see this is a 2.5 by 2.5 inch square. You could really make a lot of very unique and original business cards. So it's one thing, it's real easy to make. And as far as the back, you can handwrite on the back. I've not filled these out yet. You can handwrite on the back, or you can get the stickers, 2.5 by 2.5 inch stickers that you can run through your printer and then stick those to the back of these and have a whole stack of interesting and unique business cards. Now, one thing to remember is that this is an 11 by 14 size piece of paper, so I could get about 20 business cards out of this one sheet by doing this. So, all right. So, number 2 is greeting cards. These are greeting cards I made from a previous abstract painting, and I have a video on these. But you can get this cardstock that you can fold over for greeting cards. Now, I have a template that I use for those that you can just kind of go around and check out and see what the greeting card might look like. And then cut those out and then fix those to the cardstock. And they do come with envelopes as well. So, but you can do, you know, I've made a whole bunch of these. These are ones that I actually just realized that I still had that I put in a drawer and kind of forgot about. So, greeting cards is number 2. number 3 is using these for collage. So one, you could use these in themselves, that, you know, cut up and working through different things. But you could just take these. You don't even have to cut them neat. You can just, you know, tear them up and use these with other collage paper, and it just gives you some very unique collage paper to use. Now I've got this on 400 GSM paper, so these are quite thick. However, if you were using these for collage, you might want to use them on just regular copy paper. You might use them on the back of junk mail envelopes or wrapping paper, things like that. Something that maybe is a little more, little thinner, that's a lot easier to use. However, you could still use this on a mixed media piece, definitely. So that is number 3. Number 4, bookmarks. I'm sure we all have those people in our lives that love to read, and you might be one of those as well, so you can do bookmarks for yourself. But these make great little gifts. They make great stocking stuffers during the holidays, or just, you know, a great little gift for the people that are in your life that do a lot of reading. And if you're giving someone a book, why not throw an original and unique bookmark in there? So, bookmarks, number 4. Number 5 is one of the obvious ones. You can make these into a series. You can put them in mats, and you have a series of paintings. Let me show you what those look like in mats. Okay, so here's the first one. You can see it really kind of changes the overall look of that. So look, put that one up there. You know, these are, when you do a series like this, this is a great little series that's, you know, affordable art for people maybe that can't afford buying those more expensive pieces. And if they want a series, even better, because you've got kind of an instant series. You're using the same color scheme. You're using similar marks in all of these. So these are a great, like I said, kind of an affordable way for other people to buy your art. So that is number 5. Number 6 is very much in the same idea. One, you can use these as a gift. So those make great gifts. They're smaller pieces. And one thing that is always kind of fun, if you trade with other artists, this is a great way to do little pieces that you can trade with other artists. So if you know several people that you would like to have their art, that's something you can propose to them, is to do several of these little pieces and sign them, get them matted, and there you go. You've got several pieces to trade. I would probably, if you're going to do that, you know, maybe spend a little more time than I did, but the key is to not think too much. When you spend a lot of time, what happens, at least in my case, is that I really start looking at composition. And when you're cutting these up into smaller pieces, you want kind of that random look on the whole sheet. So it's very easy to you know, play with these smaller pieces, and it's easy to not try and focus on each corner of the larger painting, thinking I've got to figure out how to make this more appealing or create more contrast. You can always do that after you cut the paintings and have these little pieces. I mean, you can look at some of these and think, okay, I'd like to add maybe more white, or some of these don't have quite as much contrast. I love this one. and I love that it's got a little bit of red in it, and it ties in with the rest. But if you look at the others, there's quite a bit more red in that. So if I wanted this to maybe stand out a little more, I might put a little bit more red of this vermilion down here. But again, it's all your taste and what you like. I personally kind of like the way these look and how this one ties in, but it doesn't have that red. But other people might look at that and think, I would like to have them all have similar qualities as far as the color and the amount of color in each one. So those are the 6. If you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the comments. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe. And thanks for watching, and keep on painting.